Okay, hello, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to play the move knight to f6 here against the move e4, as per usual, Alekhine defense, named after Alexander Alekhine, who was one of the Russian world champions at one point, I believe maybe 1920, around that time. Okay, or maybe 1930s actually, but we go knight to b6 here. We've achieved effectively the main purpose of Alekhine's defense, the point being to overextend, or at least attempt to overextend our opponent's pawn structure, tempting them out with this wryly dancing knight, which, you know, they just cannot resist but throw pawns at, forcing it to dance even more. The question is this pawn structure actually useful for white? Is it a space advantage that will represent... Oh, I was going to say that will represent a potential advantage in the game, or is it overextended? Bishop f4 is really interesting. I haven't seen this before. We're going to go knight to c6 here. If you push, I will take. Takes, and yeah, I mean, we just win a pawn there. So d5 is not so much a threat. I normally see pawn to f4 if they decide to sort of over-defend the pawn on e5. I'm expecting knight f3, but if they do go knight f3, we can play bishop g4, immediately pinning that knight to the queen, which affects not one, but two of the potential defenders of this d4 pawn. So they develop the knight to c3, really? Now when I take, if you take with bishop, we go takes. And then I guess if we trade the queens, they bring the rooks to the d file. This is really interesting. Okay, I mean, if takes, knight takes, pawn takes, at that point we've got the bishop pair, and maybe that makes sense as to why we've gone for this. Honestly though, we're going to go g6. We're going to go g6 and we're going to keep mounting pressure here on this critical point on e5 with the move bishop to g7. This move g6 also goes one move closer to helping us castle. They go knight f3. We are now playing bishop g4 100%, set up that pin and indirectly apply more pressure to the center by doing so. Bishop g7. This is a pretty standard setup. They go h3. I think we just take, actually. Hello, you take here, and ooh, this pawn's looking a little bit soft, a little bit lost, perhaps, a little bit overextended and now unprotected. Can we take? I'm just wondering if there's like takes, and then like queen here, and they hit this, and then they hit my knight. That looks a little bit scary, but we're gonna go for this. If you take my knight, which is absolutely possible, and then play queen a4, which also looks absolutely possible. Oh wait, queen a4, do I have like knight b2? Okay, so they just go queen b3, which looks honestly quite strange. Because, I mean, I could play this move, I could play knight a5 here, which would be kind of funny. Defending this, attacking this. I think probably we should just go back, because obviously they're hitting the knight and hitting the b pawn here. If we go back to here, I mean, I guess this makes a small amount of sense at least. But I don't know, I don't want to leave my knight on the edge. We're just going to go back to b6. I mean, we'll have a look at the engine at the end and see if knight to a5 was actually a playable, if not better move maybe. If our opponent wants to play for any real advantage here, I mean, they're down a pawn. If they give up the bishop pair, this is like their only advantage at the moment, and how much of an advantage really is it when I'm putting so much pressure on e5? I'm about to easily castle. They do take, okay. Ooh, interesting. So we're up a pawn. I think rook b8 will make a lot of sense. Maybe not just yet. There's maybe an idea of c5, and if you take, I take here, and if you take, I take here. And if c5 takes. Bit of a mess. Probably let's just castle. I feel like that one Hikaru clip where he's just like takes, queen h7, yeah, I'll just castle. It's obviously a common theme in chess is basically, if you don't want to calculate, just castle, and probably you won't be losing. You know, it's one of the safest moves in all of chess in most positions, is just get your king, nice, and defend it. Now, I do like c5. Trying to remedy the fact that we have these doubled pawns, because right now we're up a pawn. And if we can sort out our doubled pawns, That could be a very meaningful advantage, but if c5 takes, I cannot take. Aha. This rook will absolutely see my queen, and that will be a big problem. Okay, I'm going to play rook b8. This kind of has to be where the rook belongs. I mean, it's the only semi-open file from my side of the board. There is the semi-open file here for white, but there's a lot of pawns left on the board, so the queen moves back out the way of any potential knight discovery. Okay. Now, I'm kind of intrigued by this, because if you take, we take here. You know what? We are going to go for this. If you take, I take like this. And I think this pawn is definitely improved by being on d5. 100%. We also open up this b file. Potentially, if we can keep softening up this, the bishop will eventually synergize with the rook on b2. But that is a very long-term and very abstract idea, because I doubt that is going to happen, especially if we see takes, because this will probably end up remaining closed. But if they do take, then we take, and we've moved our double pawns to the d file, which is great because there's forced tension here on the d file. Which by I mean, you know, this tension is not going anywhere unless they push, so they take, meaning I think I should take like this. We still have double pawns, but at some point e5 is appropriate. And maybe queen b6. Yeah, we're going to take like this. Now there's a fully open c file, so of course we need to prioritize slapping the rook on that c file. If we get queen b6, rook to c8, and maybe at some opportune moment e5 played, because if takes, not only have we remedied our pawn structure, but eventually we can do this and allow the bishop to see. Yeah, so they preemptively strengthen this pawn. That makes sense. I still like queen b6, allowing for rook c8, also putting pressure on the pawn, the weak isolated pawn, on d4. It's not like all our pawns are perfect, but we do have an extra one, so definitely we're the one playing for a win here. Like, if we win this pawn and then play e5, it might be really hard to stop the eventual progression of these pawns at the center. I can take this? Can I not take this pawn? What? Whoa. Okay, I see the problem. Let's start with rook c8, why not? And if you slide across, I might have to play e6, maybe bishop f8, but that's uncomfortable. Queen just moves across like this and defends the pawn now. Okay. I can do this. But I can also do this. No, I can't. Takes. Maybe it's correct to put the rook here and then break with e5. So we're just going to go for that. Probably rook c8 was a little bit of a one-move threat. Now I'm going to go e5. This was the plan. If you take here, if there's bishop e3, then we go here. This looks nice. This looks really nice. We've remedied our pawns. We are now just one pawn up with two central pawns. The bishop's beautiful in doing a great job protecting my king. So the bishop steps back here. Now, do I push forward maybe? I feel like I should just open up the bishop's scope a little. Also, we get to do it. Whoa, what am I talking about? This pawn is just hanging right now. So I should probably play d4, I guess. Which is annoying, but probably necessary. Actually, I don't know how annoying that is. It's kind of just advancing a passed pawn in the center of the board. This is our passed pawn, the d pawn, so... Okay, I mean, I'm not so convinced by this. We don't want to take, because then we absolutely trash our pawn structure. But, I'm thinking of going for my own little attack with the flank pawn like this. I'm sure it wouldn't be a bad idea. Let's go queen b5 though. If we get to trade queens, then I can almost guarantee we're playing solely for a win and don't even have to worry even slightly about losing. If the queens come off the board here, the result's either going to be a draw or my win. And I'm tempted to think it's going to be my win because the passed pawn is going to be very hard to stop. So yeah, they do not want to trade queens here. Now I can do this. But that starts getting a little bit sticky here on g6. We go f5. If you go like this, and then we can just push just push all the pawns. This could be fun, but I'm definitely concerned about this. Here, oh, let's just send it. Why not? I'm definitely concerned about this. I'm not gonna lie. But, Oh wait, if here maybe we go like f4 or something. It's dank as hell. Yeah, okay. If you take, I'm gonna take, and I probably need to play some kind of rook b7, maybe some rook e6, and just get the rooks to stabilize my whole position. I need to just make sure everything's, you know, held together and stable. But the queen cannot stray in. You cannot take here, you cannot take here, here, or go to these squares. So, I mean, queen's not really, I mean, obviously, you can go to this square, but then there's just a queen trade. So, you know, there's some potentially unappetizing moves going on here. So they step back here. Now I can bring another rook to the c file now, because this rook's kind of useless on the b file. So, yeah, 100% we go rook c8. I mean, we're just keeping the tempo going here. You don't want to trade the queens. This is great because, whoa, I just want to like get this open now. I don't know. Let's just go for it. Why not? I'm gonna take here. We're gonna then get a 4 pawn chain. We're gonna get a little 4 chain in the middle of the board, probably with tempo. I'm a bit worried about checks. My king is looking a little bit soft, but at the same time, like, I could probably swing a rook to the h file at some point. Bang. Wait a second, we're threatening some fork. Maybe we're threatening the queen. What are you actually gonna do? If you take my rook, I take your queen. You take my other rook, I take backwards with the queen, and we are up. A rook for a queen. Awesome. So the queen has to move. This is where I'm really tempted to play something dank as hell, like king h7, bishop h6, which, I'll be honest, doesn't even look that bad. Because if you ever play bishop f4, then we just start going like g5, bishop back, e3. Sorry, what am I talking about? That's e3. F4. I don't know. This is, oh dear. Oh dear. I'm stressed. I'm very stressed. King h7 might not be a bad move though, and that is really funny if it's not. You know what? We're gonna do it. We are actually gonna do it. We take the king off this diagonal. The rook comes up. Hello? Why? Here now, there's no bishop here because I take. You go check, and I can always just move. Then maybe queen takes, but then like takes. I'm not worried about that, right? Wait, here, bishop f4 might still be a move. I'm thinking they're going to replay f4, but then we take en passant, right? Well, yeah, bishop h6, guys. Look at this, we just hit everything. Maybe I should have taken the rook first. Wow, this is really complicated. I don't understand exactly what's going on. I think bishop f4 might still be playable. Because if takes, there's check. And if I can't move the bishop back to block because then they take with check here, ugh, disgusting stuff. So they take, okay, we need to take like this. Yeah, fine. Still a pawn up. Still got this beautiful structure here. Is en passant not an idea? Maybe you go check? I'm scared to play en passant. I'm very scared. Wait, what about, why don't we just do this? I mean, hello? Like, that also has to be an insanely good move. En passant. There's check. Yeah, I think we actually might just lose there. Okay, we're going to play rook to c2. Absolutely beautiful looking move. The queen cannot come in at all. Cannot go here. Cannot go here or here. The queen is forced to 1, 2, or 3 squares, I believe. Wow. And then we could take this pawn and then take this pawn. And then go check and then do all sorts of fun stuff. All the while, this bishop is now killed off by its own pawn. Do we take this? It's a bit of a risk, but I'm kind of tempted. Also, we could go like this and this. Also, we could go like this. Oh, queen c5. Threatening here and threatening here. I think it's got to be queen c5, guys. Bang. Threatening to take the rook with check and threatening to play rook to c1. We also pin the rook so it can't go back like this. Is this a move? There's no way, right? Oh, if they play this, can I sack my rook? King takes. Bishop takes here. There's no checks. So what do? You have to, like, do this. And then we go check here. Oh my, please. I think this works, guys. I think this works. We sacrifice. I'm not going to rob Gotham Chess's whole thing, but the rook here. Then we go... Oh, wait, there is a check. There is a check. But no one cares. We just move. Okay, then we go takes. This is pinned. You have to defend it. Oh, this is just beautiful stuff. It's just beautiful stuff. Oh, you give me the check? King G7? Where's your next check? Hello? Oh, there's your next check. Wow. Where's my uncheckable point? If I go here, there's the check there. Can't obviously go here. If I go here, I don't think there's any checks. In fact, I think any of these squares are kind of fine. Whoa, careful. Ooh, that would be a scary move. Let's just play King G8. Because we go here, then maybe this is a move. No, it's not. You just get mated. Right, we're playing King F7. Not King F8 because then there's check and then I'm scared. The queen now comes in to defend. Okay, then we go check. I think we just take. And do we trade queens or do we go check? I'm going to trade queens just for style points. And then, oh guys, look at this. Check. You can take 1, 2 pawns. You could take either of these pawns. But connected passed pawns will run. Because you take and I push. And you go back and you cannot catch me. We make the queen. Resignation in 3, 2, 1. No resignation? Okay. I guess we're going to be disrespectful then. It's kind of poor etiquette for my opponent to not resign right now. But fair enough. Let's get a knight. We'll give him a check. Okay. Nearly just fumbled the whole game, but we're completely fine. That was actually intentional. That was completely intentional. We go here. Just gave up our queen for style points. You're going to go in here. Yep. You're looking for the stalemate, I see. But unfortunately, you will go here. I will go checkmate. And that will be a good game. Wow. What an awesome game. What an awesome game. Stylishly and intentionally hanging the queen here just straight up. Because we knew that we could make it over to this point. That is so dumb. Thanks very much for watching another video. I don't know when this streak of posting is going to end, but hopefully not very soon. I've tried a new setup with the audio in this video because I've not been happy with the audio in a lot of my recent videos. I thought it sounded a little bit shaky. So let me know if this was a more pleasant watching experience, like technically speaking, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that. Bye.